guys, I'm here today to talk to you about exploitation interference trade-off and how being free from the constraints of this trade-off provides a hand up for invasive species over native species when invading new areas. First, it is important for us to learn our terminology, so we need to learn what exploitation and interference are describing. Exploitative competition occurs when consumption of a limiting resource by one species makes the resource unavailable for consumption by another. And on the other hand, interference competition occurs when organisms interact directly by fighting for scarce resources, and this can be between organisms of the same species or between organisms of different species. Now that we know our terminology, let's learn about the exploitation interference trade-off. A trade-off is a compromise. Therefore, under normal circumstances, species will not be good at exploitation and interference. They will be good at one or the other. With invasive species, however, it is a different story. I'm going to tell you about the Argentine ant and how its widespread invasive behavior is known for displacing native ants in its introduced area. In an ant community, being good at exploitation means that worker ants can find and recruit others from their colony to a food source quicker than other species or colonies. Time is of the essence for exploiters because interference competitors are most likely on their way. Being a good interference competitor consists of usually having chemical weapons or a large mass for fighting other ants. In the odd case of the Argentine ants, they seem to be proficient at both strategies, therefore giving them a competitive edge. For example, I have drawn an invasion line in the middle of this, and it goes directly down the middle between the native ant colony and the Argentine ant colony. There is a food source in the middle, the same distance from both colonies. Time begins as soon as the food source arrives. Therefore, there is equal opportunity between the two ant colonies. The Argentine ants are quicker with a 10-minute time find for the food source than the native ants with a 15-minute time find. Then, we have the scenario now where both colonies are at the food source, and when they fight it out, the Argentine ants are usually successful. So, why are these invasive species not forced to compromise in the trade-off? Well, in introduced areas, invasive species are released from the control of their natural predators. They have readily available resources and generally large population sizes that allow them to thrive in competition. It seems as if, almost, invasive species are cheating.